probably seen some of them already, the new ads for the New Mexico Department of Transportation. One of them may have you asking yourself if you're making good choices as a parent, and the others may have you consider new driving habits. We're glad to have this morning the owner and executive creative director of RK Venture, Richard Kuhn. Now, your company helped produce some of these ads that we're seeing. Is that right?
That's right, Adam.
Yes.
Yes.
Thanks for being here. We appreciate it.
Adam, great to be here. Thank you.
Tell us about RK Venture. How'd you get involved in the New Mexico Department of Transportation?
Well, RK Venture is a creative agency that produces brand advertising, design, corporate communications, strategy, content. And we have great clients here in New Mexico Department of Transportation, the New Mexico State Fair, clients on the East and West Coast. So,
you know, some of these ads that we're seeing, actually, they create these scenarios, maybe in imagination, but also have a good ending to them in most cases. One of them, and we're going to show you some video right now. This one is called Good Parent, Bad Parent. I do want to warn you before we show you some of these videos that some might find them to be considered graphic. So, not necessarily this one, though, you say, the Good Parent, Bad Parent. What is it about this spot? What's the message behind it?
Well, what happens here in this spot, it starts with the family sitting at a table at a restaurant, you know, about to have a meal. A waitress comes over and asks the father if he wants another beer, and you see the sequence where it's all chaos as if he's gotten drunk. Then it snaps back into reality. He goes, no, one beer's enough. And the boy smiles. So they set a good example. The parents do good example, good parenting, good role model.
And did you choose local talent for this ad?
Absolutely, yes. Yeah, there's all local talent, local crew. There's great talent here in New Mexico. We always try to find local talent.
So maybe inspiring parents to make good choices using folks from New Mexico. All right, so there's a couple of other ads. One of them is drinking and driving. This is a pretty serious issue in our state and across the nation, really. And again, we're going to show you a piece of that right now, and I want to issue another warning. It is pretty disturbing for some. So listen to this.
What's the worst that could happen?
Yeah, so this is kind of maybe the worst part of this ad.
Yeah.
What is the message in the end here, Richard?
Well, again, the setup on this ad, you get two guys coming out of a bar having party. The passenger looks at the driver and says, "Hey, are you okay to be driving?" And the driver goes, "Wow, well, what's the worst that can happen?" And you see this almost like a dream sequence where you see the worst that can happen. Then the guy comes back, snaps back to reality, and goes, "No, I'm not okay to drive. Let's take a cab."
There's another one related to texting too. We won't show that right now, but how effective do you believe these campaigns really are in changing behavior?
Oh, I think they're incredibly effective. You know, when we first started working with underage drinking awareness, the state had the reputation, led the nation actually, in terms of kids under 13 who drank. We're no longer in that category. For DWI, when we started working on these campaigns, there were like 219 DWI-related fatalities. In 2013, record low of 133, almost 40% drop. This is in combination with great legal support, state legislator support, government support, the NMDOT, and state patrol and state officers. But all these things come to mind, you know, to help reduce this DWI fatality rate. Now, having said that, you know, one death is too many.
Sure.
Is too many.
So they may be effective, but what about parents at home that say, I don't want my children to see something like that? Did you consider that when you were producing?
Absolutely. Well, of course we do. And you know, we do a long range of kinds of spots. Some are very humorous, some are lighthearted, and sometimes we have to be heavy hitting. The problem we have is we have to cut through the clutter. We have to cut through the news. We have to cut through the Game of Thrones and Walking Dead. So we've got to grab people's attention and create conversation.
Fascinating. New Mexico Department of Transportation's ads. Richard Kuhn with RK Ventures, the one that helped put them together. We've got more information on our website, krqe.com. We appreciate you being here.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back.